Ademola Lawrence is standing by in Akwa Ibom. Hi, Ademola. What's the situation report where you are now?
Hi, Nifemi. Okay, it's been a beehive of activities here in Akwa Ibom State, and I can tell you that election so far from where I monitored was free and fair, no violence of any sort, and of course, the election materials, of course, arrived some places late, some early, but it's sorting and counting. And this is actually Ukana, and of course is in Ikorekpene, Senodium, where the Senator-elect Godswill Akpabio, who was the former governor of the state, actually voted. And of course, the sorting and counting has actually finished there. But I'm going to be talking to him to know how the process was for him, because he has been here since morning and is still here monitoring the process. His people are still here with him. But first of all, His Excellency, tell me, how was the process for you?
Well, thank you to TVC for the wonderful job you are doing in informing Nigerians in all nooks and crannies of the nation. The process for me was very smooth. There was a remarkable improvement in terms of logistics. The INEC materials arrived on time, and then voting actually started before 8:30 in the morning. And we've been here since then. I've also done my vote, and you can see the people are still waiting all over. And we are finished in this unit where I belong. This is Ukana West 2, unit 009, and the result is out. And here, the YPP scored about 57 votes, and then the PDP scored 29 votes, and then the APC, the ruling party.
You don't trust any other person apart from INEC. And NBC says you don't take any result except you are getting it from the Independent National Electoral Commission. It's why you're careful to interview politicians on election day. But we'll return to Ademola shortly and see if we can get some
We are
more
not going to
details from the
announce the result.
Senator.
I'm just looking at what I've just seen here now. So the APC, as usual, has taken the dominance here.
Well, let's just get back to our conversation, and then we'll get the senator-elect's contribution later on, maybe in the news or something. Interesting. I think I lost my train of thought. But we see a situation where they say when you vote, stay to count your vote. It's interesting to see that. We even now see, VIPs who usually will come to a polling unit and go, but then they are staying back to see how it turns out. It speaks to the fact that politicians really need the electorate to vote for them.
Now.
It's the only way they can remain in power.
Absolutely.
More than ever.
And then it's also the process with which this election is done speaks to the integrity of the system and to the democracy that we are preaching about.
Right.
So okay, let's get back to Akwa Ibom, where Ademola is standing by.
During this election, how has it fair in Akwa Ibom State?
Yes, some areas have. It's not easy to have police, manning all the polling units in the state, but they've done remarkably well. But unfortunately, there are still so many units that had no security. That's from the reports I got. Many units did not have security in places like Ikpen and others, and so talks went there, and they carted away some material. But we have reported to INEC, and I believe that some of those units will be cancelled. But on the whole, the security men have done well. If you go outside, you'll notice that the army, the real army, they are not interfering. They are just standing at points that they regard as flash points, and they are keeping watch over the situation. So otherwise, you would have seen touts coming here. And then the same thing is happening in many places. But I think that, yes, indeed, in the nooks and crannies in the interior, we should have had more security, posted to those places. But maybe because there was no indication that those places may turn into flashpoints, that is why they looked at the areas of weaknesses to disrupt. This senatorial district is basically an APC senatorial district. Okay, there is nothing to discuss for that.
Okay, so let me also ask you about the youth participation in Akwa Ibom State. During the presidential election, you could see a lot of them came out in mass. This time around, how is it like, the youth participation?
Yes, I think it's not just the youth alone, including the women. You'll notice that we have a kind of drop. It's not the number of youths that turn out, including the women and all that. I believe that there's a kind of voter apathy, and I don't know why, but it's not as impressive as I would have loved it to be from my reports. But they are still quite excited to vote, and I think that because of intimidation, they sent out messages that, oh, if you are not ready to vote for the incumbent government in the state, the PDP, then don't come out at all to any unit. So people got kind of afraid, and they believe that the government of the state will not protect them. So because of that, many people stayed away. So that voter apathy will affect the final outcome of the collated results.
Do you also think that maybe it was as a result of what happened during the February 25th presidential election? That's why the people also stayed back?
Yeah, it's not because of what happened. Then what happened during the February election was that they voted massively for the APC, but in some instances, they believe that the results were tampered with, and that is why if the opposition is going to court, we'll be very glad to go to court to reclaim our votes, because in Akwa Ibom said Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu won convincingly. So there was no doubt about that. So I don't think it's because of that, because I've assured them that whatever you lost, we shall recover. So instead of the votes of the incoming president dwindling in Akwa Ibom, said it will be increasing, so that people will really know that, yes, indeed, the people they love him, they look forward, they love what has happened in Lagos, and they want what has happened in Lagos to be replicated in Nigeria. And we are excited that, yes, indeed, President Muhammadu Buhari has given a level playing field for democracy to thrive. And so the kind of cacophony of results that you saw during the presidential election was indeed the expression of the multiplicity of ideas and thoughts and then conjectures of people. So for me, I think it's democracy at work, and I'm excited. I don't know why some people went around trying to allude rigging. If any party were to be involved in rigging, it should be of course, the two parties that are quarreling. I believe that the PDP has a right to accuse Labour Party of rigging them.